As bad as I want to cry and pick myself apart right now and try and figure out what it is about me that is so wrong that I can't be kept. It's like every single relationship I've been in, I'm always the one doing the chasing. I've never been chased. Until after it's too late, do they then decide to chase me? In my comment, I have a lot to bring to the table. I literally just wasted months of my life on somebody who literally could not reciprocate what I was giving. Although their whole marketing tactic was, I'm a reciprocal man. Yeah, for the first 2 weeks. For almost 2 years, I was single, and I decided to break my singlehood to waste it on this person. Now back to celibacy and singledom because I don't want to deal with no man at all.
Analyzing from this video, I like the way she began. She's trying to figure out why she can't be kept.
And try and figure out what it is about me that is so wrong that I can't be kept.
In other words, she has noticed a pattern that her relationships don't last. So this time around, she's withdrawing back to find out what is she doing that is making her relationship not to last. You see, it's easier to blame every other person for your predicament. It's easier to blame your boyfriend. It's easier to blame the government. It's easier to blame your parents. But one of the hardest things to do is to take responsibility. No matter how your relationships have been in the past, don't forget that it takes two to tango. So there is the part you contributed towards the failure of your relationship. So only a wise person sits back and asks herself, where did I get it wrong? And let me tell you something, if in every relationship we sit back and ask ourselves questions, I tell you the truth, in subsequent relationship will be more refined and more better. But when you cast blames on people, you still remain where you used to be. So I love the way she approached this. She said she wants to find out exactly what she is doing that makes her relationship not last. So in this video, we shall be looking at 3 things that makes relationship not to last. Even though there are several things, but I'll try to summarize it in just 3 points. If you're just joining us here, my name is Ansa Alabra. I'm a dating and relationship coach for ladies, with the sole aim of raising significant ladies by sharing high-value secrets that can enable them build all-round success in their lives, careers, and their relationship. So therefore, I welcome you on board. If you're just joining us for the first time and you want to experience a lifetime success in your relationship, then subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that anytime we release our videos, you'll be the first to be notified. Number one critical reason why relationships don't last is when you give up sex too early in the relationship. Yes, this is where most ladies get it wrong. Even before she knows the guy's surname, she's already sleeping with him. If you're actually gaining value, please give us a thumbs up. Thank you. And let me tell you something. A guy can persuade you, spend money on you, and beg you to give him sex, even if it's on the first date. But immediately you give him that sex, do you know what happens? He sits down and judge you as a very loose girl, as not the wifey type. In other words, the wifey type are the ones who take their time to study the guy, are the ones who don't jump into a man's bed, but allow the guy to work to earn it. But any lady who opens her legs so quickly in a new relationship, the guy termed her as a no wifey material. Yes. Why? Because he believes the same way you gave sex so easy, that is how you will give it to other men. So in other words, he termed you Alan Shearer. Let me tell you something, lady. let sex be a reward. If you can keep the guy till marriage, that's the best. But if you can't, let him earn it first. I don't know if I'm communicating. Let me say this. The value a man places on you in a relationship is directly proportional to the value you place on your pussy. Going by her statement, she said she has been the one chasing the guys until when it is too late. That's when the guys want to get her back. I made a video on 5 signs that shows you are chasing a man. See, ladies, when you chase a man in a relationship, you are already putting yourself on a disadvantage. So please take note of this particular thing. Then another reason why relationships don't last is when you have obvious character impediment, especially things like anger. Yes, it's true. Everybody gets angry. But what you do when you get angry is what matters. A lot of ladies, when they get angry, they lose touch with reality. Do you know, recently I sat back to observe what this anger thing is all about. I discover that anger is simply temporal madness. You see a calm lady that is nice, wonderful lady. Just when she gets angry, you say, try to break things, try to react, try to fight. I say, what? Just observe that anger is simply insanity. And let me tell you something. Anger is not what comes over you. Anger is simply a reaction. There's a book called Letting Go. In that book, you will understand that getting angry is not actually what happened to you from the outside, but it's something that is within you. It is something that had been suppressed over the years. Either your background, or you suffered rejection, or you were molested, or things that had happened in the past that you have not let go, that has been bottled up within you. So any small thing that happens from the outside triggers the anger within. Please, I would like you to read that book. Look for that book. It will help you a lot. And no man would want to add to his problem by bringing an angry woman home. So now to the last point. When you are low value. See, low value here is a complex word. But let me see how I'm going to pinpoint 1 or 2 things for you to understand what I'm trying to say. Number 1, when your life revolves around this guy, when the guy is the source of your happiness, you depend on him for happiness. When the guy becomes the alpha and omega, so everything about you cut off from your friends, you cut off from your family members, and just stick around this guy. So everything about you is just dependent on this particular guy. When you do that to a guy, let me tell you something, you choke him. A man wants a lady who has a life. Go and have your own life. You don't be the source of your happiness. You should learn to be happy on your own, even without me. You should have a life outside me. But most of the times, when ladies fall in love, what they do is that, they just shut out everybody and then make this guy their ultimate. When you do that to a guy, you make him feel over important. You put him on a pedestal. I say this again. You make him feel too important that your life is regulated by him. Then at the end of the day, the moment you do that to a guy, your value begins to diminish. If he was crazy about you, he will see no reason to be crazy again. And that will make him begin to look when you have nothing going on in your life. What do I mean? You're jobless. You are not pursuing your passion. You're not pursuing your dreams. All you do is simply depending on him for all your needs. There's nothing exciting about you that the guy wants to be part of. Over time, you become a burden that you want to discard. Another factor is You bombard a guy with the love he has not earned. Just like you said, she has been alone for almost 2 years. But immediately she saw this guy, she fell in love with him. And you know what happens? Oh, this guy now appears as her ideal man. Do you know what happens? All these 2 years that she has been alone, she will now seek the opportunity to bombard him with love unnecessarily. That thing chokes, just like I said in my last video, it chokes. Let me earn it. Oh dear, oh, I just bought you a new singlet. Oh, thank you very much. While he's trying to open the singlet, he said, I just finished cooking your favorite meal. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, are we and I booked a flight for us to go for a vacation. Only you? When you bombard him with love he has not earned, he will run away. So see how a man would want you to love him. When he goes 2 steps forward, he wants you to come 1 step. He goes 3 steps, he wants you to come 2 steps. He doesn't want you to go ahead of him. He's on 3, you are on 10. When you do that, you choke him. This is what happens to most ladies, especially those who have been single for long. When they meet their ideal guy, what they do is that they bombard him with love. And that bombardment makes the guy feel uncomfortable. And you know what? Let me tell you something. We always want to chase what we feel is hard to come by. Don't forget this. Another thing I'm going to add here is when you become too predictable, yes, like a plain book. Let me tell you something. The love need of a man is mystery. If in the shortest time the guy knows, it was cancer that killed your mother. Your younger brother once went to prison. Within 2 weeks he has met you. He knows everything about you. Dear, there's nothing intriguing for him to look forward to. See, mystery is the mother of all seduction. I don't know if I'm communicating. And lastly, when a guy discovers that apart from sex and looking beautiful, you have nothing to bring on the table. Yes, the only thing you can give him is sex. So I'll leave you with this question. What are you bringing to the table apart from sex and fine looks? What on earth distinguish you from other ladies? If you can find that particular thing that is unique about you, then flaunt it. Do it every day. This is your uniqueness. But if your only uniqueness is sex and beauty, then I can assure you this trend of relationship not lasting will continue. I don't know if you gain value from this particular video, but I think I will have to call it a day here. From this side, don't forget that I love you. And please take care of yourself.